What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video here. So I am actually you saw there, I got some tools ready, and I am heading over to my buddy Hayden's house, which we have some truck content going on over there, and he has a 2018 Dodge Cummins 6.7. and we are going to be doing a bunch of stuff to it. He's already kind of working on it, so I'm going to get over there as quick as I can, and taking the old beater car here, 2002 Chevy Trailblazer with 241,000 miles on it. It's that time of year, winter, truck stays in the garage, so this thing's been pretty good to me though. This is the second winter, but don't really want to jinx myself, so catch up when we get over to Hayden's house. We made it to Hayden's here. You can see he's got his FAS out and ready. He's got the intake horn off, bean sump there, and then you can see up here he was working on his grid heater delete. So he had the fuel rail out and all the fuel lines off. So normally, I'll find it and show it to you, but normally there's a grid here, and that basically acts as your glow plug and heats the air when you turn the key when it's cold and helps this thing start, but it also creates a massive amount of air restriction. So yeah, that is now gone. You can see here he has the valve cover off, and we are going to get ready to do some head studs. That is going to be the job today. So your steps to that are to get the valve cover off, and then we'll have to pull each one of these nuts here on each injector for the wires, and then this wire harness will come out. He already has the plugs disconnected there and there. So yeah, that'll be the next step. So this was the original grid heater plate here, and you can see the grid heater there and just how much restriction is there. That new fleece one is wide open. So Hayden's getting the last of the injector wires off of the injectors, and then this harness will come out. So this is the valve cover, and you can see there are 2, 4, 6 bolts, and that comes right off. Very simple, not hard to get to the point where Hayden is, and there he is bringing the wire harness out, and then the rocker cover will be next. So the next thing here is the rocker plate here. You can see there's a bolt right down the center the whole way to the back. We're going to run through those and get that piece out. So then the next thing that would come out here was going to be every rocker bridge assembly, and then all of these bridges too. And then you want to be really careful with having all of these in the same order, even down to the bridges. So it's good to have a table like this and just set them out exactly how they came out so that you don't get anything mixed up. Alright, so we have all of the rockers out here, and you can see we got everything lined up exactly how it came out. So this is cylinder 1 here. Even the direction of these, you can see one end has like a ball and the other end has the letters, so make sure you get all those facing the right way so everything goes back in just as it came out. So what we're going to work on right now is you can see in the ARP directions, you have to take this piece here, and then you have to basically like mill out this slot right here. So you can see the curvature of here. We just got to notch that out so it follows that same curvature. So the way I've always done it is just use a drill bit. You can poke a couple holes in and then use like a Dremel and get it nice and smooth. They show using an end mill, but not too many people have an end mill in their garage. So we are going to be doing these studs one at a time. So Hayden is working on breaking loose number 1 here on this sheet. So basically you'll start with number 1, crack it loose, put your new ARP stud in, which we will go over all that in a second. And the torque sequence when you're doing it like this, you can see how it says 50, 100, 150. Well, since we're doing 1 by 1, we want to keep pressure on the head, so we will do 100 foot-pounds at first, then 125 the second time around, and then 150 for the final time. So on to number 2, Hayden got the original head bolt out, and then so on this I put just a little bit of the ARP lube on the block threads, like I mean just a tiny bit, and then you're gonna put lube on these threads too, and then you will lube both sides of the washer on these. If I can get one out, both sides of the washer, and then the bottom side of the nut, which I'm not even going to try with one hand. So we're going to lube this up, give this to Hayden. So we have our stud in there with the washer and nut already on it. So the process that we've always found to work was you tighten the stud with just your fingers until it seats, and then put the nut and washer on. You see Hayden marked a straight line there, so he's gonna back that stud off a half a turn, and the marks are so that as you tighten it and torque it, you can make sure that it doesn't spin on you. So now he'll take a wrench and hold it with the hex cap on the top of the stud and just snug that nut up nice and tight, so that when he goes to put the wrench on it, that stud doesn't spin and bottom back out. And the reason that it's so important to have the stud half a turn off is with the way thread engagement works, if you bottom this stud out the whole way, it's gonna seat down in there a little bit more, so that if it ever twists back a little bit, your nut isn't going to be torqued anymore. So you leave it a half a thread or half a turn loose, so that when you torque it down, that nut pulls up and takes any of the slack out of the threads. see, all of the studs are in and done. Torque to 150. So we are going to reinstall all of the rockers now. We have our plate here with this corner all ground out to go back, ready to go back in. So just reassembly, and then we'll have to go through valve lash. Just torquing the rocker arms back down to 27 foot-pounds, and then we will have to rotate the damper to 12 o'clock, and we will start valve lash. And not too complicated of a process, definitely takes some time, but I'll show you the way that I do it anyways. Alright, so I set you guys up here. We are working on exhaust rocker on cylinder number 2 here. So we're working on the first set here, and then there's a certain number which I'll read off to you guys here. And we're actually doing it kind of backwards. So we're working on intake 3, 5, and 6, and then exhaust 2, 4, and 6. And I already have 4 and 6 done. I just wanted to show you number 2, the sequence here. And then once we get those ones done, we'll have to rotate the damper 360 degrees, and then we will do exhaust 1, 3, 5 and intake 1, 2, 4. But for now, first step is to crack this nut loose, and then take a wrench, take your Allen key and put it on there, and then you kind of got to lift this up here a little bit, get your 20 thousandths feeler gauge under there, and then you will tighten this Allen key until you start to feel a little bit of tension. You know, you don't want it to be stuck. You want to be able to move it, but you want to feel just a teeny bit of drag. And that's pretty good right there. So you'll hold your Allen key and tighten this back down. Snug it up pretty darn tight. Then, oh shit. Then always double check, that feels pretty good. And that is it. That is how you set valve lash. And then on most of these trucks, the go-to numbers are pretty much 10 thousandths on the intake, which is the smaller rockers here, and then 20 thousandths on the exhaust side. So it actually will tighten up your exhaust side a little bit, so these will have a little bit less of a tick to them when they're running. It's actually pretty nice, so it's a good little mod as well. Alright, so we are all rotated, and we got all the valve lash set and whatnot. So basically now it's just button the valve cover back up, and that's really it. So pretty straightforward from here on out. But you guys got the bulk of the process there and the information. Unfortunately, we have to wrap this one up. So big thanks to that douchebag over there. And as always, guys, thank you for tuning in to another video. I will link Hayden's Instagram down in the description if you want to follow along with his truck build process, all kind of stuff going on. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Catch you on the next one.